This is the OMM Podcast, the realest and most authentic podcast you're going to hear in your entire life. I'm your host. My name is Kilo, and today on the ever so crucial 8th episode, we're going to talk about hip hop. And the reason why I say 8th crucial episode is because 80% of the people that start a podcast don't get past the 8th episode. But let me tell you something. I've only just begun to, let's get into it, hip hop. Hip hop saved my life. And like so many before me, during me, and without a doubt after me, hip hop is going to continue to save lives. Do you know anybody whose lives have been affected by hip hop? Maybe it was yours. I know the story is cliche, but however typical this shared experience may be, it doesn't take away from how hip hop transcended and continues to transcend people's trajectory in life. I grew up relatively poor, really bad neighborhood with a lot of crime, a lot of food stamps, one pair of shoes for the whole year type of poor. I mean, I was a good kid in a mad city, word of Kendrick. And at some point, you realize that you're wearing your sister's jeans and shopping at the Chinese store that sells bootleg Nike clothes. But listen, I had a roof over my head, food in my belly, and parents that loved me. So when I say hip hop saved my life, I'm speaking from my perspective and the path I would have taken had it not been for it. I am not at all unappreciative for the sacrifices that were performed, but as a kid, you see the struggles of your parents, the toxicity of your neighborhood, influence of your friends, and you become energized and excited by the fact that you suddenly have a voice, and that voice for me was hip hop. The kingdom of hip hop welcomed me with open arms and provided me with an outlet that helped me keep my mental health in check despite the challenges I faced in life. Another pathway that a lot of people take that hold the same benefits but not the same consequences are gangs. And back in the 80s and 90s, gang life was extremely potent. It would have been organic because of how accessible and common it was to join a gang. People that joined a gang from my neighborhood either went to jail, got into drugs, or got killed. Oh, how I was blessed to find hip hop. Fell in love with the culture. DJing, breakdancing, graffiti, but the one that really resonated with me was emceeing. There was something about moving people with my words and voice that was powerful, liberating, exciting, and joyful. Performing in front of people gave me confidence in other situations in my life like employment, friendships, schooling, and romance. I felt like one of the main reasons I was successful at those pillars in life was because of my foundation in hip hop. Hip hop saved my life. It plucked me from a timeline that most likely would have brought me into a world of violence and drugs and said, bloop, here you go. Wrap yourself in this blanket, say hello to the other people that share the same energy, stories, and interests like you, and rest assured all will be well. When I was young, I entered a Filipino talent show and rapped a song by a group, A Lighter Shade of Brown. It was called A Sunday Afternoon. There was like 6 or 7 other singers, and then it was me, a rapper. I was sitting in the crowd, waiting for my turn, listening to the other contestants, thinking to myself, how the fuck is me rapping gonna compete with these amazing singers? But I was like, whatever, got up there, did my thing, won first place. You don't believe me? Screw you. Because if I wanted to lie, I would have said I want a fucking Grammy or something. I don't fucking know. Maybe the Philippine Idol. That was just the tiniest of examples on how hip hop changed my life. What's your story? Let me know. Well, this concludes this week's episode of the OMM Podcast Hip Hop. My name is Kilo, and I'm gone. Peace.